All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome everyone here to the State of Synth. My name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fox.
Mr. Neon Fox. How are you doing, man?
Doing much better than I was last week.
Yeah, I heard you were under the weather. In fact,
yeah, I had a frog in my throat, hacking up a lung.
Oh, man, you and Sunglasses Kids.
Yes, something's going around.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Nasty chest cold.
You guys can keep it up there. I don't want any of it. I have enough problems of my own.
Keep it out of the chats.
Yeah. Jules, I have problems, man. I have problems. First, I went and tagged the wrong person on a tweet. It was a complete disaster. And then I took a shower afterwards, and I ended up using only conditioner instead of shampoo. Does that count? Does that count for something? I don't even know, honestly. Like, what do you do if you just use conditioner? Like, is your hair clean? Is it just in this weird state of
it's conditioned
limbo?
To be clean.
It is conditioned to be clean, but I don't know. I'm gonna call it clean because I did put something in my hair and scrub it around, and it smelled good. So, I think I accidentally grabbed the wrong hair product, and then I went and I ate quinoa. And I love quinoa. I heard it's like this superfood, but here's the problem, Jules. I can't eat it. I finally came to the realization I cannot eat quinoa.
Because it's gross, right? That's why.
No, it's delicious, Jules. It's absolutely delicious. It's got, so I put it.
Quinoa, you might as well start eating kale.
It's pre-cooked, and it comes in a little container. It's great. You don't even have to cook it.
Ugh.
And then you put like the artichoke. It's got this little like artichoke dip. You put that on top and you eat it up. It's delicious. I love it so much. It's supposed to be a superfood. The problem is it just destroys my stomach. I don't know what it is. Superfood.
Because it's gross. That's why.
It is not. So that was my night, and it's been a problem. I've been struggling, Jules. I'm trying to get back on the up and up. So here we are, about to do a show, and hopefully we'll improve things. Things will go our way, and we'll have a nice show with our very special guest this evening. So
yeah, it's good. We're going to be talking to Chill Collins a little bit later.
Yeah, I am
talking about some comic books.
Yeah, it's all about the comic books, man. I love comic books, especially get the cool cyberpunk comic books. Like, that's my gig. That's like my thing. I like the cyberpunk music. I like the comics. I like the games. I like all this stuff, because I'm a big nerd. That's what I do.
Yeah, we don't grow up here.
No, we remain.
By the way, I got a quick shout out to everybody who's listening to Nightride.fm.
Yeah, let's do it.
Folks, if you're listening, pop into the chat, say hi. We'll shout out your names already. We happen to have Vosto in the IRC chat, as well as Jeff Creature.
All right.
Dread. Rex Balls is in there under his pseudonym Danforth Broccoli Reinhold. Our buddy Craig Packman's in the chat as well. Yeah, along with Hearts and Beta. Yes. Yeah.
Very good.
And we've also got Dysterian and Bending Grid in the chat. And our buddy Howls over in the YouTube chats.
Hey, what's going on, Howls? Nice to see you guys hanging out. We appreciate that. Mm-hmm. We have a very special guest. Now, I was totally stoked when I heard his stuff. He does like some really amazing, it's like cyberpunk kind of stuff. I dig it. And this is a very unusual thing for us, Jules. There's no words to his music. So, we could play that pure, that pure uncut synthwave too, just like the rest of them. I think, even though we do like our vocals, but, it's nice to play a show with just letting the music doing the talking, man. That's what it's all about.
Hell yeah. I think that's what we all love. Oh, by the way, another shout out to, let's see, we got Die Miami Die has jumped into the IRC.
This is where my night went down.
He's got us on notice. We've got to play his songs.
Yes.
Or else.
We have a 24/7 loop right now on Night Ride FM. If you go right now, I'm sure someone will drop it in the IRC. We do have a Die Miami Die station, and I accidentally tweeted. I added. I guess, is that the word? I added not Miami Dye. It was Bad Guys Get Dead. So my apologies to Bad Guys Get Dead, because I do not have it together. I don't.
You will.
But I was listening to it, and there are some dope tracks up on the Miami Dye station. So you guys should check it out. If you are unsure, we'll drop a link somewhere, maybe on Twitter or something like that. You will definitely enjoy
24/7 Miami Dye music.
That's it. That's what it's all about. And I like the one track on there. It's like the old Mr. Robot. Like, it reminds me of like Mr. Robot soliloquy. Is that a word? Soliloquy?
I think so, yeah.
Like when he's talking stuff. I can't tell if that's AI. We got a lot of things going on with AI recently. We have just, we'll get into the music of Chill Collins. He's got some new stuff. It's going to talk a little bit about AI. I used AI tonight when I made my apology tweet for misappropriating a person, I guess. I don't know. And then, AI is just, it's the new thing, man. It's the new style. What do you think about that, Jules? What do you think about AI?
I'm loving it.
Besides Z, our overlord.
Well, yeah,
AI.
yeah. But see, we already had AI, so it's not really a big thrill for us, right?
Yeah, Z's just, he's very
ZGPT.
Perfect.
By the way, shout out over to the YouTubes to Digital Love and TA, who have joined us.
Very nice, very nice. All right, we're gonna get to some music.
Yeah, we've as we've started to do this season, we're packing in more tunes. So I think we need to get going.
More tunes.
Start playing some tunage, because we've got like 13 tracks to get through. Plus our interview with Chill Collins. So yeah, let's kick it off.
Let's do it, Jules. What do we got lined up first, my friend?
Ooh, you know him, you love him. Swedish producer Wave Shaper's latest single is out. This is Exabot, right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Exabot by Wave Shaper. I always love his stuff. It's always amazing.
Wave Shaper's awesome. Quick shout out, by the way, to Bad Guys Get Dead, who Dennis tweeted at earlier today.
I'm so sorry. I need to get my shit together. I really do. But, that's drunk tweeting. It's something you shouldn't do. Don't drink and tweet. It's very dangerous, and you could accidentally mistag somebody and cause a ruckus by faking your own show cancellation, apparently.
Also Dave 808 Turner has joined us in the IRC
Very
chat.
nice. All right. I'm very excited. We do have our very special guest coming up very soon. We do have a top story, so we're going to go into our top story right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to talk about Ollie Ride. He is set to play L.A. Yes.
June 15th, right?
I think so, yes. I do not have the date, but we do have our reporter who is going to give us all the lowdown on the details. But I know he's going to be playing the Troubadour in LA in June, and it is a one-night-only event. This is very exciting. If you guys are anywhere in the area of LA or Seattle or anything like that, you got to check him out. We're totally stoked. I wish I could get over there, but it's like the other side of the world for me, and I'm already going to Neon. My wife, she cut me off, Jules. She cut me off.
My credit card cut me off.
Yeah. But it's going to be a wonderful event. I mean, Ollie Ride. Ollie Ride is no joke when he performs.
Yeah, he is nothing but a showman.
Arguably the best performer in the entire synthwave scene. And
any scene, dare I say.
I use the term synthwave loosely because he's more... he's kind of like elevated at this point, this level,
Synth pop, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he's just a fantastic songwriter, a great performer. He's a little bit like Elvis. He's the Elvis Presley of synthwave in my mind.
I'd say the Freddie Mercury of...
Or the Freddie Mercury, yes.
Yeah.
So if you are in the area, go check him out. It is in June, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to pass it to our roving reporter, Kitty Caboodle, who has a little bit more information on what is exactly going on over there in LA. Kitty, are you out there?
Good evening, this is Kitty Caboodle. Stan and I are here with exciting news for all the Ollie Ride fans out there. Ollie has just announced his upcoming solo show debut in the United States. This special event will take place at the legendary Troubadour in Los Angeles on Thursday, June 15th. If you're a fan and want to attend this performance, you should act as quickly as you can because tickets are on sale now. You can find the link to purchase tickets from this website, ollieride.com/tour. This show will mark Ollie Ride's first stateside performance in 4 years, and it's highly anticipated. Accompanied by his full live band, Ollie Ride will be performing a variety of songs from his past, present, and future.
And while you're there, make sure to pick up some of Jim's Beef Jerky. For the love of beef, it's got to be Jim's Beef Jerky.
Okay. It's an event you won't want to miss, so be sure to save the date and get your tickets as soon as possible. Dennis, back to you. Stan, are you okay today? You seem a little off. What are you even eating?
Well, it's beef jerky, of course. You're looking at the new spokesperson for Jim's Beef Jerky.
What? Really? That's amazing.
It is amazing. They found out how much I love beef jerky. Now, I'm their official spokesman for Jim's Beef Jerky. Like this. For the love of beef, it's got to be Jim's Beef Jerky.
I thought you were going to stop eating jerky because it's too high in nitrates.
Well, that was before I became a celebrity. It's not just about eating jerky, Kitty. It's a lifestyle. You can share it with your pals, use it to distract wild animals, or just chow down when you need a boost. When you're feeling low, Jim's Beef Jerky is the way to go. You can even use it to get out of sticky situations, like if you're being chased by wild dogs. Jim's Beef Jerky is perfect for any occasion. When life gets you down, fuel your adventures with the protein-packed goodness of Jim's Beef Jerky. And get this, They pay me $100 a week to hang out in front of a supermarket to talk about the benefits of Jim's beef jerky.
You're getting paid to stand outside a store and chat about beef jerky?
You betcha! Plus, they even wrote down some conversation starters for me to say. Stuff like, excuse me, do you love the taste of savory tender beef? Then you've got to try Jim's beef jerky. Or my personal favorite, don't be a jerk, grab some Jim's beef jerky!
Okay, Stan, you do that. Just be careful not to choke on all that jerky, okay?
Not just any jerky.
Okay. I don't know what just happened there. So there it is. Go ahead and go grab yourself some Jim's. Wait, what are we promoting? Ollie
concert,
Ride.
I believe.
Ollie Ride. Yes.
Yes, Ollie Ride.
Good
That's
Lord.
it.
Ollie Ride concert. Go pick up your tickets for Ollie Ride. But I guess while you're at it, grab yourself some beef jerky. Good old Stan. You know, he's picking up sponsors. I want to know why the State of Synth can't pick up a sponsor. With quality content like this, why?
Right.
Oh, why?
Why aren't they banging down the door? Like,
I don't know. They're just not. They're not. You know, I send them emails and I get the old ghost. Anyway.
you know what'll fix that? Some music.
Some music, absolutely. So let's do it. What do we have lined up? We got some bangers here tonight, I know.
Oh, yes, we do. Oh, a quick shout out, by the way, to Christopher Condilis over at
Hey.
YouTube, who popped in to say hi.
Very
Thanks for
nice.
tuning in.
Thank you.
All right. UK artist Laura Dre has a new cyberpunk album out called Project AD01. If you were tuned in to Car and Zoe Lee's show last week, you probably heard all about it. AD01 stands for Art Defines 01, and Laura has a Kickstarter going to get this album pressed to various physical formats. Also, she's working with artist Freaky Deek to have some amazing cyberpunk sculptures
Deek.
made in conjunction with the music. You can get them in they come with this LED lighting on it, different colors and stuff.
Very nice.
It's very cool. So yes, from the album, Project AD01, here is Laura Dre with Akari, right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Laura Dre with Akari. Akari, right, Jules?
Yep, Akari.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I dig that, man.
Akari, but with a K. Yeah, it's this whole album. It's actually really, really awesome. It's all produced by her.
Wow,
and
nice.
It's all cyberpunk as hell.
There you go. Women producers, man. We need more female producers that do all their own stuff.
Exactly.
Primo, and I know Star Madman and Athena Queen, and we got a couple of them in the scene. Megan McDuffie, she's just like blowing up. But
with her River City Girls soundtracks.
Oh, she's great. She's really great. We gotta have her on again. She was so fun last time we had on. That was before she became very famous with Atari. But,
yeah.
Got to get them early before they blow up, and they don't want to talk to us anymore, Joels. All right, so we have. What is wrong with
female producers? You got to get them early.
God damn it. Why? I just. Jules, it's not my night. I'm telling you, it is not. All right, let's go. Before I say anything more incriminating,
we have a guest.
Let's go ahead and bring our guest on. My pleasure to introduce to you the very awesome, super duper awesome producer by the name of Chill Collins. What's going on, my friend?
What up, G? What up, Fox? How you guys doing?
We're doing all right.
We're good, man. We are good.
And so you're calling in from the Twin Cities area, aren't you?
Correct. I'm Chill calling in from the Midwest and the Twin Cities area.
No, wait a minute. So you're like near Minnesota, that area? Is that's
I'm directly smack dab in the middle of it, baby.
What? So all right,
right next to like D Notive and
that's what I was going to say.
Well, let's just get it out of the way. Yeah, let me get my MN gang in here. Shout outs to North Innsbruck. Shout out to Jack Emblem. Shout outs to Ganymede. Shout outs to Galaxy 80. Shout outs to D Notive.
All right, so
those dudes rock it, man.
You're in the club, man. Nice. I didn't even know that.
Well, I'm not even in the club. This project of mine is about 6 months old, and so I've only just started tiptoeing my way around and sniffing how the scene is stacking up. And man, yeah, there's a lot of good talented people around here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nitro FTC puts on some pretty good events there. They're keeping it alive over there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great shows.
I mean, the city of Royal Purple Prince fans and all that kind of stuff. We got to keep the 80s love going.
Yeah, it's insane. Also, quick shout out to Hannah B. And to answer her question in the IRC, yes, I have said things to embarrass myself.
Well, by
pretty
the way,
much incriminating at this point. Yeah.
Conditioners do contain ingredients that have the potential to cleanse hair because of their detergent-like qualities, meaning that when combined with water, they can help to rinse away dirt and bacteria. So I think you're good.
Nice.
Faux pas in the shower there.
Sweet. I was like, because, like, it's...
Those of you just tuning in, Dennis was having fun with some conditioner in the shower.
It was a problem. So I just run into these, like, little Seinfeldian things, like, and maybe it's just me that runs into these issues, but, like, what happens if you do take a shower and you don't use shampoo and you just use conditioner?
Fortunately, we've got Mr. Collins here, the fact checker.
Yeah,
I went to Google. I probably should have. I should have verified against GTP.
I was going to say,
verify Google's results.
Was that a GTP, GPT?
That was Google. That was Google.
Okay, yeah. So it's could be fake.
I'll take that advice and I will roll with it.
Yeah. Conditioner is not shampoo.
Yeah. All right.
You beat me to it.
Let's. Sometimes you just gotta just go with it. I have the softest hair right now, though. It's like very nice. I can like part it to the side.
That's all that matters.
I can part it to the other side. Yeah, it's feeling good. I appreciate how it feels, and it's good. Sprucing up.
Just a little feedback here. So over in the YouTubes, we got Digital Love, who's also a female producer.
Hey, nice.
She's saying that Chill is significantly louder than you.
I was gonna say your mic is a little hot.
Let me see if I can fix that.
Yeah, because we gotta
back off an inch.
We gotta keep our stuff on point.
I'm a loud man.
This is a live show, and
you will listen to Chill.
I used to be a pro wrestler. I can't get it out of my system.
Really? Do you?
Yeah.
Do you have like? Do you have like cat calls and stuff?
Absolutely
like,
not. Absolutely.
I will tear you up.
I thought about coming in that hot. I thought about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling, a friend of mine invited me out just randomly to some local wrestling here in Toronto. So in our Greek town,
What?
it's called Greek Town Wrestling. So I went this past Saturday. I went to check out some local wrestling in my neighborhood. It was hilarious.
That sounds so
They had like
fun.
guys in luchador outfits and stuff. And serious, they were doing full suplexes, jumping off the top rope, all kinds of stuff. It was amazing.
That's insane.
Fun times.
I equate the indie wrestling to like synthwave in a way because it's still kind of like carrying that nostalgic vibe. I will watch Commander Stephanie Sterling, who is a YouTuber, and they cover video games and stuff like that. And they're also a wrestler, an indie wrestler. And it's funny because you see little clips, and it's always like in somebody's backyard. And they have like this chain, it's like a chain fence around them instead of like the ropes. It's like all like real, like super low tech, they just got like, the trampoline in the backyard and there's like 5 people standing around, but they get into it. They do the whole thing, the whole show, the suplexing, the choke slamming and the body slam. It's absolutely insane. Wrestling 100% is real. I'm telling you, it is just bananas, the stuff that these people do. And I want to be a wrestler someday, Jules, but I think I'm past my prime to...
Do they have wrestling up in Minnesota?
As far as like backyard wrestling,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure. We have a lot of fishing. We do fishing. We do Minnesota Vikings
Similar.
and snow, and that's about it.
You guys do the snow real well.
No, we do it better than everybody.
And you do fishing too, like, what is it, mackerel? You guys are always like I don't know. You have like what's like the big fish over there in Minnesota? Isn't it like I'm thinking like, because you guys are from some other planet or part of the world or something, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like,
right. No, we're flying, one-eyed flying purple people eaters.
because you got that accent. The accent. Where does the accent come from? It's a very
accent. That's a good question. And so this is a good question for you guys. Do you hear my accent?
I don't.
I do not.
Okay.
That's why I was
Okay,
surprised.
good. I think the regional dialect, it gets lost when you're closer to the cities because it's kind of a melting pot.
Right.
But when I lived out in Phoenix for a while, I was away for it for so long, and then people would come visit me, and they'd come down talking like, "No way, no way."
That's it.
And I was just like, oh my God. It was like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Oh my
I
God.
couldn't believe it.
That is it right there. That's the twang. The twang. Is that because you guys are so close to Canada? Is that what it is?
There's a little bit of that. It's a weird, what I would say it's a blend of the Canadian, Wisconsin, and Chicago. Because in Wisconsin, they kind of go, they have a slightly different Midwest accent that's similar. But then when you go to Chicago, they kind of, it's this weird, Midwest is weird, man. We talk weird. We talk weird.
I love it though. Like, I guess it's just like every area has like their own little dialect. I didn't even know that New Jersey had a dialect until I started watching shows and TVs and turned out we're like the butt of every joke on the planet.
Yeah, but that's like for the Jersey Shore shit.
With our spray tans and our
Jersey's cool.
our
Jersey's
Joyzy
cool,
talk. But I'm from
Yeah,
South
Downtown
Jersey.
Bob, right?
We're from Philly. We're from Philly town. So the North Jersey is where you get all like that heavy twang. But we have like a very southern Philly kind of drawl kind of thing.
And here in Toronto, we don't have anything.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Well, yeah, it's probably pretty similar to you, Fox, because I don't hear a bunch of Canadian coming out of you either. So you being in a big city like that probably has something to do with it.
That's it. There's really no. A big city doesn't really have an accent unless you're talking
From
about
New York,
Yeah,
from
New York or Boston.
Boston, yeah.
Boston.
All right.
We're gonna get flamed by every Boston fan here.
Yeah, apologies to all the Boston fans out there.
Go park the car in Harvard Yard.
All right, so Synthwave, you are a producer. You do amazing music. I really am totally into your stuff. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about synthwave, making music, and doing awesome things. You have a couple different things going on. I know we'll talk about the comic and everything like that, but let's just kind of, maybe start at the ground floor. Maybe we'll start with the actual name, Chill Collins, because it's always fun to know where people get their names from.
Well, let's be honest. Someone, I did a podcast recently, and they played a Phil Collins song, and I was totally unfamiliar with this guy, but he's actually pretty good.
Like this guy's kind of chill.
Said to myself, wow, so it's a very similar name, which is unfortunate, but I really, what I like about your podcast and other podcasts out there, they're giving these unknown artists a platform. So I'm glad they gave Phil a shout out on their show.
Yeah, I hear he's pretty good.
You don't mind him, ripping your name. That's
no, it's good. Fine. It's flattering,
Yeah.
He sounded pretty good.
He's okay.
He was okay.
Yeah.
I liked one song. Anyway, as far as my background goes, I started in most of my music career is in metal and punk rock and hardcore. So very distant from the synthwave stuff, but it's funny, we used to say every metal guy eventually goes acoustic, but that has changed in the new millennium.
Right.
Yeah, now they go digital.
There's so many metal dudes that participate in the synthwave stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure exactly how to relate it, other than they're just, you can't be the Incredible Hulk all the time. I think that's what it comes down to.
I always thought it was, when you're doing metal, you're part of a band, and eventually you just get sick of working with people because they drive you nuts.
Right.
Yes,
so most
absolutely.
musicians find out that, hey, I don't need a band, I just need Ableton.
Yeah, I just need a Scarlett. Yeah,
there you go.
Push the buttons. But I like the fact that you went from a heavy metal, hard rock kind of vibe to a nice chill name like Chill Collins. I think that's cool.
And I think that's the contrast that I was trying to strike. Now, a lot of the music on this album, and I've tried to put blinders on to a lot of other synthwave artists. I was familiar with some of the bigger names, but I wanted to make sure I didn't dive too deep into that world and listening and hearing too much of it, just because in the past, when I was a kid growing up, a lot of people, when they're learning to play music, they just learn other people's music, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And for me, what would happen is I'd get really focused on one artist, and then for the next 6 months, all my riffs would sound like them. And so to avoid biting and just copy pasting, because there's a difference between emulation and imitation, I wanted to say, okay, I just want to do my interpretation of that 80s sound and how I feel about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I dig it. I dig the sound that you have, because it's not like everybody else. That's what the thing is. When I've checked out your music, it just sounds like its own thing. And I think that's great that you go in and not try to sound like Time Cop or whoever the hot artist is for the moment, that you're just kind of doing your own thing. And that's what it's all about. It's about taking your own experiences and kind of just blending it and molding it into the new thing. And
I think, wasn't it Tim or Tyler from the Midnight several years ago? They were saying, when you always hear about synthwave is oversaturated with too many shitty artists and this, that, and the other. But basically, they were giving everybody a free bit of advice. If you like synthwave, don't try to emulate current synthwave artists. Try and emulate the 80s.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you won't
the
go
90s,
wrong.
right? Go to the source. Don't try
Right.
to sound like the Midnight. Try to sound like some of these new up and comers like Phil Collins.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, he's okay, but you don't want to sound like him exactly. Maybe
Right.
Right.
twist it a little bit. But it's funny to say this and say don't bite, but then this synthwave music is almost intentionally derivative at the same time, which is funny. But you don't want to. You don't want to just be. I used to get in this argument with bandmates, like you said earlier, where they would go online, they'd see this band successful, that band successful. We need to look like them. We need to sound like them. We need to do this. I'm like, that band already exists, you guys.
Yeah.
Right. There can't be two of the same band that are successful. So, and as far as oversaturated markets, I mean, metal has they have a bunch of good people and middle of the road people and a lot of other stuff. And so that's not something specific to synthwave. I think any popular genre is going to have a little bit of that. So,
of course, yeah, it's a big, wide, open sea of music that you're just going to have that. It's a fact of life. You're going to have people who are terrible at it.
One pond is going to be much like the next one.
Yeah, exactly. But we are appreciated that your pond is good stuff, man. We dig your stuff. We dig your music. So, in fact, let's kick things off for anybody who hasn't heard of Chill Collins here. We're going to kick it off with a first track. And, yeah, I'm very excited about this. Jules, what do we have lined up, my friend?
So, yeah, maybe Chill can tell us about this. Artificial.
Yeah,
Artificial.
This is one I released at the end of last year. And the idea behind the comic book, and when I was writing the music, at the same time, I think I started at the end of last summer, and the talks and the rumblings of AI replacing artists and this, that, and the other, it really inspired me to start thinking more deeply about that and what it could all mean. So the name is a little bit of a play on words with just an artificial rendition of art, right? And so this song, there's a lot of orchestral arrangement in it too, because I did have the vision of writing this as sort of a soundtrack to the comic book, right? So it's a lot of synthwave, and there's a lot of energy in this track. So
I like energy.
I'm totally stoked. So let's
you
go
might
ahead.
fall asleep in the last first couple of seconds, but it'll wake you up.
It's got that that movie intro, where it just grows and builds into the crescendo. But yeah, we'll play the track, and then let's talk about the comic book, because this is really exciting. I love comics, and I think it's great when you can just marry images and music and make it into this like super cool experience. It's just wild stuff. So let's dive right on into it. So once again, this is Chill Collins with his track Artificial right here on Night Ride FM. And that was Chill Collins with Art Official. Yeah.
And in the chats, I posted the link to the official music video, which you were saying has got some AI.
Yeah,
stuff
what's
going on
up
in
with this, man? You're making videos with AI. What's wrong with you, man? That's not cool.
I know. So
That is not
so
cool.
this was one of the first videos I did, and it's the only one that I've utilized AI to make. But in terms of its correlation to the comic book, the kind of the center point focus of the book is around an AI, and there's a lot of different angles to this story and a lot of different notes and themes. But when it comes to AI, and when I talked about how when I started this project, I started hearing the rumblings of it, and I saw some article about this AI that generated all these Nike shoe designs. He did like hundreds of them within a couple of seconds or whatever, and they were mostly pretty cool.
Crazy.
I knew we're at a point where this is gonna get hot because you need to pay artists, right? And I made sure I went out of my way to find a lot of talented people to help me put together this project, and I paid them in full because I thought they deserved it, and I wanted that human touch to it. But with this artificial track and the specific video for it, I wanted to highlight that the whole discussion is very skewed right now. It's very hot, but the reality is, and some people aren't going to like this, Pandora's box does not close, right?
Yeah.
And
true.
as long as people have access to this type of technology, they're going to use it.
Yeah.
So just like when photography came about, all these painters who made some of their money, at least, from doing portraits of people, they didn't have that income anymore. But what it did do is it forced a lot of artists to move towards more abstract and surreal and creative ways to make paintings for a living, and until Photoshop. But you see, the technology is always going to come in and cut us off. But I would say part of this story is not blaming the technology, because it's. I've had arguments with some people that say, well, what about the bomb? The bomb, the A bomb was designed to do all this destruction. Why are we doing this? I don't believe that AI was designed to be destructive, right?
No.
And disruptive. It's meant to be used as a tool. And really, those who use the technology for devious means, which is a human trait.
That's a very human trait. Yes.
That's the real evil, right? So if someone's using it for a very devious purpose, whether it's ripping off an artist or, all these types of things you can come up with, that's the evil, not the technology itself.
Honestly, I think we all need to be just replaced by AI. I think that's going to even take it one step further.
I'm telling you, CEOs and politicians are the first that should be replaced.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
And then once that's done, and we've got our AI overlords,
right,
everything will be
making
roses.
all the decisions on who's going to eat and what country's going to be destroyed and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That makes sense to me.
But that's okay, because it's going to be the future. This is how the future is laid out with this groundwork, and then eventually, they're going to replace each one of us. And
the other thing I like to remind people, because I see some people, artists screaming to the highest heavens about AI generated art, and they got to remember, art is subjective. So if some crappy piece of AI art is outselling you or your art, then maybe your art isn't that good, or there's a mass appeal for something generative. I don't know.
I think if an AI is outdoing you, and it's getting better all the time, a lot of it is not good though. A lot of it is like, even the video I put out, I mean, it's okay, it serves its purpose, but if I got someone to illustrate and animate all of it by hand, that thing would be bonkers.
Quality,
it would be sick.
The cream, as our favorite wrestler always says, the cream rises to the top.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
why worry?
Speaking of great artists, just going to give a quick shout out to Graphic
Yes.
Mercenary, who is in the chat room. And let me just say, his work is fantastic. Speaking of Neon Retrofest, he did the original art for the inaugural Neon Retrofest, the flyer and everything like that. Just wicked art. He's also done just tons of stuff for Night Ride FM. So he's done the motorcycle. You know, if you ever look at the motorcycle logo that we have, even the 80s guy, he did some stuff with the 80s guys. So just quick shout out to Graphic Mercenary. He's all hooked up with the Night Wave crew up in New York. So much love.
They're going to be a bunch of them are coming down to Neon.
I know. I can't wait. It's going to be
That'd be cool.
ridiculous.
Also, you know what? A shout out to Barracuda, who's
Hey.
in the Irish chats.
Very nice. Thanks for tuning in, Barracuda. All right, so we're going to talk about some more synthwave here. Let's play another track, and yeah, we'll talk about some more stuff, man. This is very exciting.
Yeah, we're going to get into the comic book.
Yeah, we're supposed to talk about the comic book. We started talking about, I don't know, conditioner and chatbots and stuff like that, but we will get to that. But let's drop another track real quick. This is called Sim City. Do you want to talk about this real
this is
quick?
Breakout.
Oh, Breakout. That's right.
Yeah.
Whatever one you guys want to play. But yeah, if we're doing Breakout,
Yeah, we'll save the best for last.
I chose. I have a lot of different types of styles and sounds on this record. Like I said, there's some just straight orchestral film score type stuff. There's some synthwave, some dark stuff, some cyberpunky things. I just whatever I felt like making at the time that fit kind of the theme I was going for. That's what I made. So it may be a little jarring to some listeners that want a more cohesive thing, but this one, I thought if you just want to cruise in the car at sunset in either your Lamborghini or your Ferrari, depending on your preference, or in LA or in Miami, depending on your preference, and just feel cool. This is that track.
Nice. Well, very good. And once again, the track is called Breakout. And yeah, man, this is a good tune to jam out to in the car and all that good stuff. So here it is. We're going to go ahead and drop it on you guys. Once again, this is Chill Collins, and you're listening to it right here on Night Ride FM. Enjoy. And once again, that was Breakout by Chill Collins. Yeah,
we were talking to you behind the song. We were talking to you about your nice crunchy low frequencies in your songs that we've heard so far tonight. Like they just make my whole body rumble.
Yeah, I think it's great. Like just the sounds that come out. Like it's very like we were discussing. It's not like anything I've really have heard before. I mean, obviously, like all the sounds and stuff like that. Like it's very similar to a lot of the other synthwave. But there's just something about it that just kind of smacks you around a little bit, you know.
What did you say? It was like sticking ice cubes in your mouth.
It's like you get those good ice cubes, like the crunchy ones, you know, the ones that you get like when you get the fancy cups of whatever soft drinks.
Not those soft ice cubes.
Yeah, not the trash ice cubes, like the good crunchy ones with the hollow ones in the middle.
Yes, the cubes.
Yeah, well, not cubes because they're like they'll break your teeth, but like they gotta have like the hollowness in the middle of them. And
with the little.
The fancy
way
kind.
You can stick your finger in it.
Right. Yeah. Stick your pinky in it because they're pretty tiny.
Yep.
But you pop in like about 4 or 5 of them, and you just crunch down, and like it's just like invigorating, you know, like the texture, the texture of crunching down on that good crunchy ice just feels.
I'm learning a lot about
I think Dennis is just still thinking about his drinks earlier in the day.
I'm just thinking about drinks. Yeah, it's.
I'm glad my music is chill.
It's Chill Collins. There you go.
Ba-dum-bum.
You know, be here all week.
So I think a lot of that mixing comes from just being bold and brave with my EQs and compression and just and levels and just
And I know we were going to say this, but we got to talk about how long you've been doing this, because this ain't something that you just pick up a doll and be like, oh yeah, this is something I'm going to do now. Like, you had to please say you've done this for more than a year, or else I'm giving up.
So I've played in a lot of bands growing up and stuff, and I did just some songwriting, tracking, demoing. But as far as this project goes, I've been doing it since the end of last summer, so like 8 months.
Get out.
So this is how long I've been doing the synthwave thing.
Get out.
So I'm very new, which is why no one's probably ever heard of me out there. But I'm trying to introduce you to it now.
I quit, man. I quit.
Oh, don't do that. Because look, I mean, like I said, I will say it's not been very long that I've been doing it, but I work a full-time job. I go to school part-time. I got a girl, and she has a kid, and I somehow made a comic book and a full-length synthwave album.
Shit in the middle of the night. How the hell do you do it?
It's called averaging 4 hours of sleep a night. That's what it's called. And doing anything worth doing takes sacrifice, right? So
I guess so. Yeah.
It's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of just what are you willing to give up to do it? You know.
Well, whatever you're doing it right, and I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it. All right, so we're talking about the comic now. We are going to introduce the comic now. For anybody that doesn't know, we said it like 5 times, but we'll say it again. This is part of a comic book series. You have a comic coming out. It is called the Dark Star Anthologies.
Correct, and that's the album will have the same title. And the album is meant to be sort of a soundtrack, backing track to the comic book. The comic book is, let me break it down like this. It's a story that follows a producer who's down on his luck and has to turn to small-time crime to make ends meet for him and his little brother. And one night, after performing a local gig, a record executive pops up and says he wants to give him the chance of a lifetime and he's going to change his life and all this stuff. And without saying too much more, as the story kind of progresses, he finds out that it's not all it cracked up to be, right? So that kind of old adage of be careful what you wish for,
man,
is kind of where this goes.
And he's going to get screwed, and he's going to like have to figure it out and save the world.
Oh, he's going to get screwed. He gets screwed, let me tell you.
Oh, man. Now, wait. Now, this is something that you are working on just yourself? Do you have artists working on it?
Yes.
Illustrators, writers?
I had a lot of help with this, and I've never done a comic book before, and so I was starting out fresh, just like with the synthwave stuff. I mean, I was just playing around, and once I had the idea and I decided to really go full in on it, I started browsing around on forums, on the internet and Facebook groups, all that kind of stuff. And I remember one chat I came across, one forum. I just put it out there. Hey, I got this idea. I'm looking for an artist. And one like, no comments. I post the same comment again, and I added parentheses $signs. And 100, it just flooded,
Imagine that.
So the reality is, guys, I mean, you might have to pony up to make something happen. And that's what I was willing to do. And so one guy reached out. He said he was also a musician too. His name is Chris Kondalis, and he's from Greece. And he's a violinist and a great artist. And what I digged so much about his art was that he's more of a painter, but he does digital painting for a lot of his concepts. And I wanted that type of style to sort of reflect the handmade artistry in contrast to the AI portion of this story, right? So I wanted that human touch, and I wanted it to reflect in the imagery. And he was my number one guy from the get-go. And then once we started talking more about it, we loved all the same movies and all the same like sci-fi elements and video games. We get wrapped up talking about Metal Gear Solid, and all this kinds of stuff. And so it just clicked, right? Which I'm super fortunate for. And so as we continued writing and finishing the art for that, I reached out to Marcus McNeil from Odyssey Comics. He was opening up submissions for a new anthology book that Odyssey Comics will be releasing in May. They have a Kickstarter that will start in May, where it's just an amalgamation of a lot of different sci-fi inspired comic short stories and articles and all this kinds of stuff.
You mentioned it's similar, along the lines of something like heavy metal.
Right. So if you remember the heavy metal comics, it was very fantasy driven, but it was a lot of like short story kind of stuff all put into one comic. That's sort of what Critical Mass is going to be. So at C2E2 from March 31st to April 3rd, you can catch Odyssey Comics in Chicago at the C2E2 event, which is sort of their Comic Con, where they'll have some previews of Critical Mass.
That's cool. Now, when does the actual Dark Star anthologies come out?
Well, so that's what we're talking about. So this is going to be the first issue that will be published in Critical Mass.
It's going to be in Critical Mass.
Right. And then beyond that, there will be individual runs of Dark Star anthologies going forward, potentially.
That's wicked.
Now, the other name I got to mention here. So after we got pretty much everything done, I was looking for a letterer, and a lot of lettering that you see in comics, the bubble text, the sound effects, all that kind of fun stuff. A lot of people just do that in Photoshop now, right? No one does it by hand anymore. But my artist was really particular. He said, this art is cool, and I think we need a hand letterer. And I was trying to rack my brain around who could I even find to do that. And I reached out to a friend of mine, also in the comic book world, Stephen B. Scott, who does a lot of like line work and cover art. And I said, do you know a line letterer? And he said, I go talk to Rick Parker. And if you're a comic book nerd, you might know the name Rick Parker. He worked on Incredible Hulk, Amazing Spider-Man. He did some Beavis and Butthead like during the 80s and the 90s and all this stuff. So I reached out to him just on a whim, and I said, hey, I got this thing. You want to do it? And he said, well, I really only work on my own stuff nowadays. But send me some of the script and a couple of pages from it, and I'll take a look. And then a day later, he said, yeah, I'm down to do it. And
that's
I said,
awesome.
Yeah, seal the deal. I want someone with that type of experience.
So you got like a legit letterer. I didn't even know lettering was a thing. Like, I just thought the artist did it.
No, yeah. So, I mean, the way, and I didn't know this either, dude, because like I said, I never done a comic, but you have the writers, you have the editors, you have the line artist who's doing a lot of the just the pages drawn on ink usually, or in Photoshop. And then you have a colorist who's doing all the coloring in the lines.
Oh, wow.
And then you have a letterer who's adding all the words.
That's wild, because that's a big job, actually, because I have a hard time reading comics sometimes if it's not done properly, because
Absolutely.
it's all about where you put the chat bubbles, which seems kind of silly, but when you're dealing with comics, like, you have those chat bubbles like in the middle, sometimes they're on the left, like the bottom,
Sometimes it's
and like
ugly.
it's like sideways. Like, it's really tough. Like, if you have a poorly lettered comic, it's really hard to read. But if you have a really well written, and it'll flow, it just has like a very flowiness to it, where you see the picture, you read the words, and it just flows into the next pane, and that's
Right. It becomes part of the artwork.
yeah, right, exactly.
Yep.
That's incredible. So very cool, very cool. So I'm totally stoked. I'm going to just shoot us some links. We'll be happy to tweet them out and let people know when that thing just kind of gets kicked into gear. And
Oh, you won't be able to stop me from shutting it down everybody's throat. Believe me.
Indeed. All right, so we were actually told that you actually have a special song that you're bringing for us to play, and I haven't even heard it. Jules hasn't heard it before yet, and I'm very excited about this.
This song is Sim City, and it's not quite as bombastic as the last two tracks. It's a little more subdued, laid back,
Chill.
floaty, dreamy.
Chill
Yes, very
Collins.
chill, right? And if I'm honest, there's probably more stuff like this on the album than the other stuff. But this song has not been released yet. It'll actually be live on streaming platforms next Friday. But this is the
nice.
first place you're going to be able to hear this.
Sweet. Exclusive. Is that what they're called, Jules?
That's what I call it.
I think. Exclusive.
Exclusive premiere.
Well, very good. Do you want to tell us a little bit about, is there like a placement in the comic? Is there like a vibe that you kind of...
Yeah. So, this was one of the later tracks that I wrote for the album, and it didn't have a specific place in the book, I'd say, but I wanted to write something that sort of illustrated the feeling of being alone in a metropolis, right? Like there's tons of people around. You're in a city. You're participating in everyday life, but for some reason you still feel isolated, right?
Right.
That's sort of the feeling and vibe that this song has.
Well, very cool. Very cool. And Sim City, I guess, kind of sums it up there. It's a simulated city in a way, I guess. Something like that.
Yeah, so essentially that name title came from, say you're in a video game, right? Or you're in a simulation and you have all these NPCs that talk to you, but they're not real people, right? And that's sort of the feeling you might get in that type of situation.
Cool. Sweet. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and drop it here. This is a world premiere right here from Chill Collins right here on Night Ride FM. Enjoy.
It's Monday. What an ugly day.
Hey Garfield. We are going camping.
Maybe if I die, I won't have to go.
And that was Chill Collins with Sim City. Yeah, man, I dig that. I love the vibe, man. It's cool, man. It's very like, even though that was a little bit more subdued, I love the fact that it's just still got that atmospheric type of sound to it, you know. And I think I think it's kind of a common thread that kind of runs through all your music, which is really cool. Even though you say it's eclectic, it's got a common thread, which is really cool, which is just awesome hooks, I guess.
Well, you can't really get away from being yourself too much, right? I mean,
yeah, you're always gonna, right? Exactly. You always have a little bit of yourself
that anchors you. Yeah,
indeed. So we were just about to talk about some links, you know, dropping some links so people can check out your stuff. I know you are not on Bandcamp yet. What's up with that?
No. Well, it'll be coming, but we've got let's see.
Maybe entertaining a few labels, maybe, or something?
Well, maybe there's some talks going on with that to release this album through a few people. But
nice.
If that happens, I will let everyone know where to buy it if you're interested in buying it.
Very nice.
But in the meantime, the tracks I have released are on my Spotify. I've got them on YouTube. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram. I've got a link tree on, I think, all those profiles, so you should be able to find me pretty easily.
Nice. And what's your handle? Do you have like the same handle for each?
No.
Oh,
and I'm mad about it because
Jules
apparently
is mad.
I'm not creative enough to be the original Chill Collins. I think I am the real Chill Collins, but there are some imposters out there, so don't get tricked.
Just name yourself the real Chill Collins. And there you go.
Well, I thought about that, but guess what?
That was taken too.
Someone thought they were real, and I'll just change mine to the realist.
The really realist.
Collins official.
Chilliest of Collins.
Chilliest of Collins is out there.
Frozen Collins. How about we change it to that?
Ice cold Collins.
So if you go to YouTube, it's at Interspace Musac. That's Interspace MUSAC. Let's see, Facebook, you're going to go facebook.com/xchillcollinsx. If you go to Instagram, that is instagram.com/chill_Collins.
Oh, you're all over the map, my friend.
I'm out there, you guys. And on Twitter, where I definitely need the love, twitter.com/xchillcollinsx.
All right. So I think you got to convert them all to like X Chill Collins X and you'll be good.
Maybe that's what I do. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Just take one
Sound like
that
a
works.
hardcore band.
And as you said, once again, you can find you on Spotify. Your EP, which has Artificial on it.
Yep.
Breakout. It's called Revas.
Rivas until the break of dawn.
Riva. Yeah, so yeah, it's available on Spotify. Add to all your playlists.
Add to all the playlists.
All the
domination
of the playlists. Well, very good. This is amazing. I love your stuff. I can't wait for the comic. I'm super stoked. You don't mind hanging out with us a little bit, right? We're gonna play some rad tunes and talk about some things. Maybe we'll talk about some comics or, you know, some cool stuff. You know, talk some Metal Gear.
More Conditioner, Phil Collins,
quinoa, you know, like whatever you guys want to talk about.
My mom always pronounced quinoa quinoa.
Yeah, that's what
people can never pronounce it.
Pronounced it quino. That's what I pronounced it.
Quino.
And then one day I walked past a Starbucks in the summer and people sitting there having their mocha choca latte, half and talking about kale and quinoa, and I'm like, that's how you say it.
Yep. My wife made fun of me so hard when I called it quino. She's like, you're such a loser. You're probably the same guy that would like wash your hair with like conditioner and mistweet somebody. And it turns out I am that guy. So, but yeah, you know, it's a strange name and it tastes strange when I eat it and I put it in my belly. Although I like it, but it kind of turns my stomach and I'm kind of done with it because it's not even I think
there's a certain mentality out there
where is it?
People tend to find the most disgusting thing in the world and in their brains they think it's good for you.
I think you're right. I think you got a point there, and I will.
Who the hell likes kale?
I will follow your lead, Mr. Jules. All right, let's play some tracks. Let's play some more rad tunes here. What do we have lined up next?
Our friend Alex Lightspeed just joined us in the YouTube chats.
Hey, perfect timing.
He is on this remix album. Our buddy User over in Seattle.
Yeah.
Dropped a remix EP of the song Magic with various artists remixing the song. And our friend Alex Lightspeed did a remix. And those of you might know that Alex Lightspeed has an album out on Russell Corsa Records, and we had him as a guest.
Yeah, we did. It was cool.
Yep. This is User with Magic, the Alex Lightspeed remix, right here on Night Ride FM.
Enjoy.
secret thoughts that eats you up within. I'm your guilty conscience, I'm your uncomfortable truth. I'm your secret spirit that is deep inside you. I'm your joy and anger, I'm your endless appetite. I'm the rage inside you like a fire burning bright. I'm your I'm your
right, and that was User with Glow, and that is the Alex Lightspeed remix. Very nice.
By the way, before that, when I was lining up that song, I kept referring to the song as Magic.
That's okay.
It's Glow.
It is. It's Magic and Glow, and Glow's. Speaking of wrestling, Glow is. I want to watch that show again on Netflix. It is about wrestling in the 80s, and it's all about
glamorous ladies of wrestling.
Yeah.
Great show.
We should get our own wrestling match thing going on. What do you think? We should do that at Neon.
You're asking. You put out a poll asking if there should be some physical challenges.
Yes.
At Neon. So why don't we just build a big rink?
We should build a big rink at
wrestling rink or mat or whatever in front of our panel.
It would be great.
And then we'll get everybody to just
I would love it. I would destroy everybody, though.
Disagreements.
Because I was thinking about going to Retrofest, but I'm not going to swing it this time. But I was thinking about going and like cosplaying as either, Rocky and like Rocky 4, where he's all cool and then or just someone, because I'm built like that, right? And so I would probably look like the pro wrestler. So
nice. I will go in as Gene Mean Gene Green Mean. That guy, because I'm going bald and I'm not that strong.
I should go as him.
I don't know. I don't know who I would want to be. Macho Man Randy Savage, but I'm not Macho Man stature. But we could have fun. We could do a little wrestling match. So we did the poll on the Twitter account, and apparently people want to hear a lot of guests, which, you know what, I think we already have that nailed down. We're going to probably have about 5 guests. Like, these are all like top tiered guests that are all going to be playing the show, so it's going to be ridiculous. And it's going to be a 2-hour long show, and I'm very excited. It's going to be a lot of mistakes that are going to happen, but
we haven't even worked out the technical details.
We haven't even figured anything out whatsoever.
Everything by the seat of our pants.
That's it. That's how you got to do it, though. That's how you got to do life.
Fly by night.
Yep. Shoot from the hip, and just jump. You got to jump off buildings and figure out a way to safely hit the ground on the way down. That's life. That's what you got to do. Jump out of buildings and figure it out.
Listen to Van Halen.
There you
go.
Yes. Might as well.
All right. With that, let's go into another track here.
Let's play another track. UK artist Beckett has gone all chiptune, so there's no talk box in this.
What?
I gotta warn you all. Beckett has done a hard left and gone all chiptune on us. So he's dropped this new EP with 2 tracks. The EP is called Starfighter, and it's a throwback to Super Nintendo shmups, the shoot 'em ups and stuff.
Yeah.
And so here's the titular track. Have a drink. Starfighter by Beckett, right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Starfighter by Beckett. Yeah, that was like a whole Sonic vibe, man. I really want to play Sonic now. I dig that, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, very cool. Very, like that's a new sound from Beckett.
Yeah. I really like the orchestrative kind of stuff. I feel like I'm running through that one level in Sonic where you're like, just running through the city and it's pretty wicked. So very cool. That is Beckett. Go out and buy that when it's available. You'll love it.
It's available now.
It's available now. Very good.
Yeah.
Go buy that.
ProjectBeckett.bandcamp.com.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to go ahead and dive into some album releases now.
You know what? We're going to do these album releases, and I got a couple of simple questions for Mr. Collins here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Our guest, Chill Collins. All right. So, Dennis, you kick it off first here.
All right. So March 21st. And did you give me the names I can't pronounce? Perzinth Records?
Perzinth, yeah.
Yeah, very good. I guess I figured it out. In Mexico with a compilation of Wonderlands featuring 20 artists. So check that out.
Dropped yesterday. And yeah, we've got, let me just rattle off. You got Giorama on there. We've got Don Bor, Data Fatale, Lombardo, Meteors on there, The Affirmation, Francie's on there.
Yeah, what?
It's chock full of South American, the best of the best from the land down south.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, wicked compilation with 20 tracks on it. So
Sweet.
well with it.
Very
Let's
good.
see, April 3rd, Midnight Fury is dropping his album, Metamorph.
Yeah.
And I believe we're going to have him on as a guest.
Yes, I can't wait.
Whether he wants to or not.
Yeah, we're going to forcibly make him come on the show. But that's what we do. April 11th, we have Le Brock with Gone, the EP. It is an EP, and it's by Le Brock.
For that.
Yeah.
Ooh, and Volcarex tweeted out or posted on Facebook that he's got a new album on the way. So that's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Volcarex, he was one of the cooler interviews.
He was awesome. I love it. Listen to this album.
Our Dark Space Overlord.
Or Die.
Yes, listen to Volcarex or Die.
Very good. All right. So before we drop into any more tracks, we have a couple more questions for the Mr. Collins.
First of all, Mr. Collins, what's your DAW of choice?
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh man, here we go. Cause here's the thing, and I'm not that old. I'm old enough, but I'm not that old. But I feel like a dinosaur because I'm the only guy I feel like still messing around with Avid Pro Tools. But that's what I learned on. And I'm about to leave Avid if you're listening, because I bought what was called a perpetual license, right?
Yeah.
And now they're going to be moving to a subscription, which means my perpetual license they're going to stop supporting at some point because they need more of my money. So I might switch up to something else. We'll see.
This is my current dilemma. I use Tractor for DJ software.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Tractor's, I mean, Native Instruments ain't the greatest when it comes to keeping a product alive. I mean, they've kept Tractor alive, but they're really not doing good collaborations with Mixer, like the hardware side of things, right? So only Native Instruments controllers map natively to Tractor. But anyways,
God, it's a nightmare.
Tractor was $100. You got the full version, free upgrades, and it had so many bangs and whistles. It blew Serato out of the water. Mm-hmm. And now, just like Serato and all the other crap DJ software, they're going subscription based too.
Yeah, they're all doing that.
Like, come on! I'm not renting software here.
Yeah. Well,
but they want you to.
Not to nerd out, but I have the DDJ 1000 by Pioneer, and so it's actually a key. It's its own key, and it unlocks the software. That's the way to go too. Like if you buy the hardware, which it's not cheap, but you get a nice piece of hardware, and it unlocks the software, which is really cool.
Right. So you got the DDJ 1000?
Yes.
But that ain't no Pioneer quad.
Yeah.
Whatever they dropped.
It's a Pioneer, but it's not. It's got 4 decks, but
I know, but it's not the Opus Quad. Have you seen this thing?
Well, smell me, okay.
It's only $5,000.
We got to get what's Faith in the Glitch has. He's got that wicked like.
Oh yeah, Faith in the Glitch with all his little scratchy Still got the little add-ons, little scratchy things.
Yeah, shout out to
So it's
Faith.
like-
He's also from the Nightwave crew. We got to get Nightwave to do something at Neon. That'd be really wicked.
Well, Graphic Merc here is saying that Faith and Glitch might be doing a DJ panel.
Oh, that'd be wicked. I would love that.
In which case, why aren't we on it?
Why? Yes.
Demand it.
Yes.
We already have our, finger in all those ice cubes. We're good. That's my metaphor for
Pro
the night.
Tools.
Fingers
I'm
in ice
making-
cubes.
making
I don't know
note of-
why.
Chill Collins uses Pro Tools for now.
For now, until I get sick of them.
He's shopping.
One of my favorite producers, Ben Jordan, the Flashbulb. He does a lot of like IDM type stuff. He's a big proponent of FL Studio, which kind of surprised me. But he's like, dude, this thing has the works in it.
A lot of
And
people use it.
His production is. I have a tattoo of one of his logos, and it's like the only tattoo I have. Just because when I heard his music, I was like, I was always good at emulating and imitating other sounds. I thought I could kind of write this, that, the other. But when I heard his stuff, I was like, all right, touche. I cannot do that. So I was always super impressed with his work. So if he can do that in FL Studios, then it's not what you use, it's how you use it, people.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
I think it's not the tool that makes the artist.
It's the motion. It's not the
Actually,
it's not the size that matter. What are we talking about? Quick shout out to Graphic Mercenary. He says that he would love to put together a Nightwave after party, and the answer is yes. I will be there. Jules will be there. We're all going to be there.
Well, it's not like we can go anywhere else now,
Let's
is it?
make that. Oh man, let's make that happen. That'd be so wicked. All right, so go to Neon. We're gonna get to shows and events and everything like that. But before that, we're gonna go play 2 more tracks. Mr. Jules, what do we got lined up here?
Ooh, right. So artists Tonebox and Mellow Fields have collaborated on a new funky vibe, available on the Innerworks Records label. This is Falling Mirrors right here on Night Ride FM.
Perfect.
And that was Tonebox with Mellow Fields with Falling Mirrors.
Yeah.
Always good stuff coming out of Tonebox. Just
By the way,
ridiculous.
quick shout out to Cobra Dine, who managed to jump in time to catch the show over on YouTube.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you for listening to the show. And yeah, of course, we have our good buddy Chill Collins. We're going to do some parting shout outs and stuff like that, but we're going to drop one more track in the meantime before we do. But we hope you have been enjoying the show so far. And yeah, we're going to give you another back. I'm done. I made it. I made it 2 hours and 43 minutes before I flubbed up. So that's the record for me. Yeah, let's do another track, and then we'll get back and throw a couple shouts out.
Let's do it. All right. UK artist Occam's Laser has released his third album in the Grid series. So you know how he usually does like dark synthy stuff?
Yes.
Well, he's also got a series of albums that pay tribute to Tron.
Ooh.
So he's just dropped the third one. It started with The Grid in 2016, followed by Return to the Grid in 2020, and now in 2023 he's dropped The Grid Lives. From the new album, here's the first track on the album, End Calm Forever, right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was NCOM Forever by Occam's Laser. Yeah, man, I dig that. It's good
Very,
stuff.
yeah, it's his non-darks and stuff.
Yeah, very
And
cool.
yeah, you gotta. The entire album is, like I said, all 3 albums are a tribute to Tron, and he likes to. Occam's, what's his name? Tom, right?
I
He was
think
saying
so.
that he likes to envision the soundtrack for Tron 3. This is how he'd do it.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that. I want to get my lasers
Speaking
out.
of, they are making a Tron 3. It looks like it's back
Wow.
in business.
Nice.
But unfortunately, Jared Leto is attached to it.
Oh.
So, yeah,
Oh, it's gonna be rough.
I don't know why it needs to.
Worst movie ever.
I do like it. He's a very method actor, though. I dig it. I think he would.
I respect-
He
I respect it.
tries to be, but
He would like.
sucks.
He would literally like plug himself into an electrical socket or something like that.
I know,
Yeah,
but he
I
has
respect
he has
that. I
the
respect that.
acting chops of an electrical socket.
That's the problem. Is it's very hard for me to not see Jared Leto instead of a character, right? You know.
It's true. All right, well, speaking of characters, we want to drop. Do we want to drop any extra details on the comic book?
Yes, Kickstarter.
Yes.
You've got
Yes, so the Kickstarter starts in May for the comic book,
Nice.
the Dark Star Anthologies. The album will be released April 28th, 2023. The Dark Star Anthologies, the debut album of Chill Collins, will be out.
My goodness.
So
and it'll
pay
be
attention.
released. It'll released where?
Uh,
On Spotify.
on Spotify. On I'm gonna put a live stream on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm gonna put. I'll put a Bandcamp together if nothing else. People really want to chip in and give me their money, but you really don't have to, man.
Yes,
If you got,
there are people that want to give you
Yes,
their money. That's
there's
just
like weird people out there who like
name
giving
Elon
artists
Fox.
money. It's weird.
that's wild. That's wild. Well, God bless them.
Yeah, and I'm excited. It's gonna be crunchy as hell. I know.
You wanted to do some shout outs.
Shout
Oh,
outs.
of course,
We don't want to keep you all night because we're gonna start
Yes.
blasting through the rest of the show. But you want to give some shout outs.
I got to give some shout outs to the fam. So, Aisle 9, I still owe you a cheeseburger. Aisle 9 Music. Sleepless Nights, AKA Master Shredder. I love him. Thrall Rex, the golden god of Norway. Venturer, Doom, and Mark Matthews. Those guys are my guys.
Nice, very good.
Awesome.
All
Yeah,
fine people.
Rex has dropped a couple of recent singles too.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Very good. All right, so we have some more announcements. And speaking of shout outs, we're going to do a couple birthday shout outs. Mr. Jules, you want to dive
Birthdays.
in? And we'll do
All
a
right.
little bit of that birthday
Let's do some
stuff.
birthdays, and then we'll say bye bye to Mr. Collins. And,
Yeah.
let him go. Let him
Let them out
Eat-
into
eat
the
dinner,
wonderful
go to the
wide
bar.
world.
Into the cold, frozen tundra that is Minnesota.
Well, all right. So you know what? Okay, let's kick some birthdays off. Tomorrow, March 23rd, Colombian artist Meteor is celebrating a birthday.
Yes. And March 24th, we want to send a happy birthday out to Andrea Powell of the Pals of
Yes, her and Eric, the tag team duo.
Yeah.
Synth pop music. Let's see, March 26th, Soulcaholic is celebrating a birthday. I believe Soulcaholic is from Ukraine.
Okay.
So-
Well, very good. And March 27th, we want to send a very special happy birthday out to our man, Craig Packman, who, if you don't know Craig Packman, I think he does like driving. Part of his work is driving. And he cracks me up because he drives and then he's like, all right, I'm going to drive for 10 minutes. He'll drive for 10 minutes and then he'll pull over.
I'm just picturing
Lob
like some
in the
guy
chat.
in some like sort of truck or something in the middle of the wasteland of Australia, and he's like listening to Night Ride, and then you see the truck pull over as he pulls out his phone and starts texting in the chat.
That is dedicated. We need all of our fans to be as dedicated as Craig Packman. So shout out to you. And Phoenix as well. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, Irish artist.
Yeah, March
Phoenix.
27th.
Let's see, on March 28th, Alex Lightspeed, who was just in the YouTube chats and we heard his remix of Users, he's celebrating a birthday. And Thunder Porpoise. Haven't heard much from him. Is he popping around in the Discord still?
Every now and then. Every now and then.
And Ashley, aka Forza Neon, is celebrating a birthday March 28th.
Very good.
So, yeah, And a quick shout out to Shazman Bound, who's over in the YouTube chats.
Very exciting.
Yeah, Mr. Collins, we're gonna say bye bye to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just-
Well,
just
until
connect-
next time. How about we say that?
Yes, until next time.
Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Next
I
time.
really
And once
appreciate
again,
it.
it's let's see, April 28th is you
The
said is
release
when
date.
the release date of the album,
Yes.
and
May is the Kickstarter for the comic,
right, the Dark Star anthologies
the Dark Star Anthologies,
Very
via
good.
Odyssey Comics.
via Odyssey
And-
Comics.
And what's this? Oh yeah, you might crash Chicago Comic Con next.
Shh, don't let Marcus know. I'm gonna sneak up on him. Okay.
Be very, very quiet.
I'm hunting Marcus.
Well, that is incredible. I cannot wait. I'm totally like into like these cool comics, so I just can't wait. And for just the whole, because it's a collection, right? It's a bunch of shorts.
Yes,
I guess
there's
in
a
the
bunch
collection.
of different talented artists that are participating in Critical Mass. So if you don't find mine your fancy, I guarantee you there's stuff in there. If you're into synthwave, you're gonna like it.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And
Yes.
let's drop a track from Kid Burn. What do you think,
All
my
right.
friend Neon Vibes?
Let's do it.
What do you got?
Italian artist, you love Kid Burn, Dennis. I know you do. Italian
that's
artist Kid Burn. He's just released a new cover of Brian Ferry's "Slave to Love" this Friday, or actually no, last Friday. And Aztec was kind enough to give us an advance copy. Here's Kid Burn with "Slave to Love," right here on Night Ride FM.
Tired of waiting in the usual place with a tyrant weary. There's no escape. To need a woman, you got to know how the strong gets weak and the rich get slave to love. Slave to love. You're running with me, but don't touch the ground. With a restless heart, another tip. The sky is burning. I see your flames. Though your world is changing, I will be a slave to love. Slave to love. Slave to love. Slave to love. And I can't escape. I'm a slave to love. Storms breaking, so it seems. We're too young to reason, too grown up to dream. The spring is turning, your face to mine. I can hear your laughter, I can see. Slave to love. Slave to love. Slave to love. Slave to love.
And that was Kid Burn with Slave to Love. Man,
wicked
that
cover.
guy, he's so
Love that. I love it when synth
damn
artists do covers.
smooth.
You know, I've got my Synthwave Covers 101 playlist on Spotify for those of you who want to listen to more Synthwave covers.
We got to get Kid Burn on the show. We're like 3 years now, we're supposed to get Kid Burn on the show. And it's just tough. Italy, man, it's tough. It's a tough time zone.
Yep.
My God.
Yep. Everywhere further than
New Jersey. It's tough.
Yeah, exactly.
We got all the East Coasters. All right, so we're going to dive into some touring and events. I know we are running a little long, but,
let's do it.
It's what we do, We do that.
By the way, quick shout out to Blobs over in the YouTubes.
Hey.
And Morphoys has joined us in the IRC chat.
Shout out.
Shout outs. All right, so yeah, Dennis, tell us about some touring.
All right, so we're going to tell you about now until March 31st. We have the Midnight Change Your Heart or Die Europe tour in Germany this weekend, and then in the UK. So that's very exciting.
I think they wrap it up in Scotland.
Tyler's on fire. He's all over that social media now, talking about stuff. But we love Tyler, Lyle, and the good old Tim.
March 25th in New York City, Manhattan to be specific. Diamond Field is playing at the Delancey.
Oh, that's right.
That's this Saturday.
Great artist. Another great artist. Then March 31st, we have Retrowave Barcelona with Oblique, with the Last Concord Barcelona 82, and that is in Barcelona, Spain. We also have Space Wave with Absolute Valentine, We Are Magonia, and more. That is happening in Lyon, France. And we have, speaking of Twin Cities, we have the Hyper Ballad featuring North Innsbruck and SYM1. So that is wicked. Sim1.
Let's see. April 8th to the 29th in Europe, LeBrock is going on tour with Wolf Club.
Very good.
And they're going to be bouncing around the UK and I believe Paris and maybe Germany. And who else? Oh, Master Boot Record.
Oh, yeah.
Is going to continue their little Europe tour. They're going to be in the UK and Finland April 8th to the 29th.
Very nice. All right, so this is it. This is the big show for us. We are going to be going to Neon Retro Fest on April 14th through the 16th in Tampa. We have Svaro, Megatronics.
Wait. I want you to do it all with one breath.
Okay, ready? Svaro, Megatronics, Power Rod, Max Overdrive, 1986, ACP Pro Starfarer, Velocity 128, Von Kaiser, Marvel 83, Let 'em Riot, Betamax, Robert Parker, System Glitch, Watch Out for Snakes, Vampire Stepdad, Phaserland, Arcade Die, Gregory Franco, Dream Short, Neutron Dreams, and Michael Weber.
Wow. Well done.
That's the... got to do it in the diaphragm, Jules. In the diaphragm.
Wait, well, I'm going to do some diaphragm right now. April 17th to May 28th in the USA. Synth Force 7 tour with TWRP and Magic Sword.
You're making me laugh now. It's too late for this. All right. April 26th through the 30th, we have Neotropolis Festival in the Mojave Desert, featuring Night Drive, Megatronics, Starfarer, Night Rider 87, and Eclectotron. Yes.
And it's Nightclub.
Oh.
Who's going to be performing. Yeah, so that's kind of a big band.
Sweet.
Playing at Neotropolis along with Megas. Yeah, so...
That's awesome.
And of course, we mentioned Ollie Ride, June 15th in LA at the Troubadour.
Oh, yeah.
Ollie's debut North American solo performance.
That's going to be wicked.
Yeah.
Go see that if you're in the area or fly out, Ollie does the US like very rarely now, so you got to get in while you can. But you can find out all about the events at nightride.fm/blog/synthwave-events. You can just type in synthwave events and it'll take
you know what, just go to Google and type synthwave events and it's the first thing that pops up.
It's it.
I don't know how that's awesome.
It's just I don't know, man. It's a good vibe, man. It's a good vibe. Let's drop another track, and let's get ready to wrap this thing up.
All right, Georgian artist George Ergamlidze has basically he changed his name to Ergam because I think it was just too much for people.
But it's such a fun name, though.
I know, Ergamlidze.
Ergamlidze.
He's got a new album out called Digitized, full of juicy electronic jams, with some really cool. It's got mixed, like it's a mix of vocal songs and instrumental.
Okay.
This short but sweet track is called "A Waiter, Frozen Feather," and you're listening to it right here on Night Ride FM.
It is wrong weather, not keeping up together, breaking down whenever you hide from the kiss of your lessons, from the fears of scars. Putting on sunglasses and just hope they won't find you. People lie, people running out of time, but you don't mind. No, don't burn this letter. I'm gonna quit altogether. Throw things into later. Tight, but I'll get up. So much together. You're like a frozen feather. You threw things for the later. They say the wind is a waiter. No, don't burst later. Gonna quit better. Throw things into later. Tight, but I'll get up. So much together. You're like a frozen feather. Throw things for the later. This is weird as a waiter.
All right, there it is. George Ergam with "A Waiter." I like his voice. It sounds a little bit like User.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
I like that. Frozen Feather.
Very
stuff.
cool. And of course, he's from Georgia, not the state. Georgia, the country.
Oh,
So very cool.
that's a
Yeah.
country?
Yeah.
Well, very good. Didn't know that.
All right, let's swing it back to Toronto.
Toronto.
This Aztec artist, Toronto artist Michaela May, released a slamming new single last Friday, and this is from her upcoming EP due out this summer. It's Michaela May with "Monster" right here on Night Ride FM.
I'm not the girl I used to be. No, cried my tears, made a river. I was drowning my soul. I just let go. Still can't forget the things you did. No, broke my heart into pieces. Now my world has turned black. I'm losing control. All your secrets and your lies got me burning up inside. You don't wanna start a fire. 'Cause when I get that feeling hiding deep inside, there's a monster in my mind, and it's creeping up inside. There's a monster in my mind, I got that feeling. Jekyll and Hyde, there's a monster in my mind. There's a monster in my mind. The monster in my mind. I'm locked inside my own asylum. Go to sleep with my demons, and they're screaming at me. 'Cause I know that you'll never change. Promises I know you're gonna break again. 'Cause this is our fate. All your secrets and your lies got me burning up inside.
All right, and that was Machina May?
Michaela.
May with Monster right there. And it was a
Wicked
beautiful
track,
song.
dude.
Yeah, I love that
Splendid
track,
song.
man. It's sick. And apologies that I couldn't say her name because it's so far and I need glasses. And that's part of getting old. You can support us if you guys like the show. You can always support us on the State of Synth, thestateofsynth.com. You can click a top right-hand corner, buy us a beer if you like. Buy us a couple of beers, or you can go to Neon Retro Fest. You can buy us a beer in real life. Maybe we'll buy you a beer and we'll hang out.
Ooh, yeah.
We'll have some fun. A pizza party. I think we're having a pizza party too. It's going to be wicked. And
oh, you know who's going to like that? Squirrel.
Squirrel's going to love the pizza party. Night Ride FM pizza party. It's going to happen in Florida. It's going to happen on Saturday after the show. So if you make it down to Florida, you can come down and have some pizza. You buy it, though. I'm not fronting all your pizza, but, we can all hang and enjoy the pizza together.
And
Patreon.
You can also listen to us.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do the Patreon already?
Oh, I didn't do it. You can go to patreon.com/NightRideFM. So
there you go. Yeah. Keep the servers running so the music keeps playing 24/7 in your ear holes.
And now we have a new radio station now, the Die Miami Die station. So
yes.
it all costs money, keeping all that quality content afloat.
Yep. And you know what? You can listen to the State of Synth over down in New Zealand on retrohitradio.co.nz.
Yeah.
Once again, another radio station spinning nothing but good tunes 24/7.
Yes, indeed. And we want to thank you for listening. You guys are amazing. And it really is great to see all the people coming into the chat room to listen to the show live. I'm telling you, when we do the show on the show floor of Neon Retrofest, it's going to be insane. There's going to be so many people that are going to it's going to be mind-blowing. If you can somehow swing it to come down to Florida, we would love to have you guys sitting in the audience and having some fun with us. It's going to be a wild ride. We're actually going to be doing 2 shows that week. We're going to do one during the normal time slot-ish, and then we're going to do the one on Saturday. So it's going to be a little 1-2 punch, and we're excited. And
we're not going to be doing a show next week.
That's right.
Dennis is otherwise engaged.
Yes, I have an event. I'm going scuba diving, rock climbing.
Oh, dude,
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to make something up that sounds like really cool. It's just like
I think it would have been cool if you had done the show from underwater.
That would be super cool. Maybe we'll work on that. But yeah, enjoy. We will see you back soon. I believe we do our next show in April. So
yes, April 5th, I believe.
Yeah, that day.
We're going to have Midnight Fury on.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for showing your excitement for the show and supporting the show in any way, whether you're liking, sharing, or actually, forking over a couple bucks to keep things afloat fiscally. That's awesome that you guys do that. But even if you just tell a friend, or if you just show up, that's cool too. You guys are rad. We appreciate it. And that's our show. Thanks a lot to our good old friend, Chill Collins. He's not a good old friend. He's a new old friend, I guess.
Yes.
So,
and I'm loving the tunes, man. They make my nethers vibrate. They're just that bassy.
With that, we're going to go ahead and close it out. We have one more track. Jules, you want to go ahead and set this one up here?
We are going to play you out with a track from future 80s artist Jesse Mock. And for those of you who know your 80s tunes, Jesse Mock was the protagonist in the TV show Street Hawk.
Yes.
So anybody, from his latest album, Final Lap, this is Jesse Mock with Learning Machines. From all of us, right here at Night Ride FM, have a good night.
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Mimicking your emotional dynamics. not natural to be driven by machines, cognitive functions, learning your moves. We are the intelligent agents. Mimicking your emotional dynamics. Machine learning.